Hello, thank you for joining me. This is Paul Combs. I'm the owner of CourthouseDirect.com here in Houston, and we're going to talk about title plants by the hour. We provide title plants in over 100 counties in Texas and New Mexico, and recently we rolled out a feature that allows the landmen and surveyors and engineers and right-of-way agents to be able to search title plants by the hour. And to be able to do that searching, then you simply have to click on the hourglass icon and then get into that portion of the program. But what we're going to discuss today is how to get started, how to search, building run sheets, downloading the documents, saving those reports to Excel or to Word, and then building your customers. And the website address for the title plants is courthousedirect.com/title plants. A few important notes I want to point out to you is, number one, you must be logged in to be able to use the hourly access to the title plant. This is available to Plan 2 users and above. And if you're a Plan 1 users and you want to upgrade, then click on the upgrade button, and that will take you to the page where you can upgrade. Also, if you're a monthly subscriber to our title plant, but you want hourly access in a county that you're not a monthly subscriber in, then you would need to set up a separate account to be a monthly subscriber. So why do we want to use a title plant? Title plant is geographically indexed records, so that means searching is faster. You can overlay your results from your grantor-grantee search to get better results. Then we have an incredibly powerful general search that allows you to find that needle in a haystack, which we know as researchers we're always trying to find. You can also build run sheets while you're searching, and you can download documents to the run sheet, and these have hyperlinks to the documents, and then you can save those reports into Excel or Word. What this gives you is the best search results. I like to say that it's kind of like belts and suspenders. If you are doing a geographic search and then you're backing that search up with a grantor-grantee search, then you're pretty assured that you're not going to miss anything. So let's get started. This is the page you would go to sign up for the hourly searching. You can see along the left-hand side all of the different counties that we have, and we're adding more every day. In fact, this list, we have a few more that's been added to the list just within the last week or two. And I want to go ahead and start searching on an hourly basis. So I just click the search button. It's going to ask me the question, do I want to sign up and spend the $75 to have that hourly access? And I'm going to agree to do that. So I'm going to click the purchase button. So when I click the purchase button, I'm going to automatically get an email invoice or receipt that is sent to me, and we've already charged the account. You'll see the clock at the top of the page. Because this is a development page, the clock is starting at 15 minutes. But if you were signing in for the hourly access, you would see that clock would actually start at 60 minutes. So let's do some searching. If you notice in the middle of the page, I can pick the county that I'm interested in, and you can see all the Texas counties listed first. And if I go to the bottom of the page, I'll see all the different New Mexico counties listed. But let's go up to a Texas county and let's pick the county we're interested in, and let's search Reeves County. To the right, you can see a place to type in a job number. We built these title plants mainly for title insurance companies, and title insurance companies typically use the terminology GF number to identify their job numbers. But in this case, we're going to just call this tract number 501. And then we're going to hit the submit button. You could put whatever you want to track your search in that form. Now let's look at the top of the screen. You see where you can search by subdivision, survey, restrictions, easements. So you can do these filtered searches looking for only oil and gas records. And then we have different name searches, which would be the general search, which actually search every field of data. Then we have the involuntary lien search, also known as the adverse lien search. Then you can search the grantor grantee, separately look for deeds, releases, and so on. And if you knew the file number of the document you wanted to search, you could just click on the document search button. But we're going to search the survey in Reeves County. So I'm clicking on the survey button, and I have a survey which is survey section number 14, and then the block number is number 59. So I enter that in. At the bottom, I hit the search button, and pretty quickly you can see it comes back with 273 results. There's 3 pages being listed here because we display 100 records to a page. But you do have the capability to hit the drop down and choose to view 500 records on a page. In this case, since we have 273 records, I'm just going to click on 300 records to display. So those are the 300 records. Again, I want to pay attention to the clock that's at the top of the screen to make sure that I'm using my time efficiently as possible. But what I'm looking at here is all of the different records going back to a date of 1906. And you can see all the different fields across the top, how it's broken down by subdivisions, survey, section, grantor, grantee, document type, and so on. And so if I want to build a run sheet, which I'm doing here, then I want to add certain information to my report. So I'm going to just simply click a few of these records along the left-hand side because I want to add these to my report. Again, I'm just choosing a few records at random just to have something to add to the report. I could have chosen to click the button at the top that says Add All. In this case, I want to keep the report a little bit smaller, so I'm just going to click again on just certain records to this report. And I would be looking at the different names and document types that I might be interested in as I'm clicking. Now that I've added a few records to the report, I want to view the report. So I'm just going to click View the Report, and these are the records that I've added. Now, you notice there's 2 tabs at the top, Advanced Plant and Report. So you're either in the plant searching or you're viewing your report. Let's go back to the title plant, and let's just pick a name on this list here that we want to run title on. You'll notice that if I hold my mouse over the name and then just click on the name, it will automatically populate that name into a search area. I can just, and in fact, I'm going to copy that name before I search, and I'm just going to hit the search button. So now we're looking for everything that has that name, George Daniel, in it, and you can see at the top it told us that there was 59 results. Well, the ones that I'm interested in are in survey 14, or section 14, block 59. So again, I would look at this list, anything where I see section 14, 59, I would just go ahead and add those. I'm just going to add a couple of these at random, but you notice there is this drop-down menu at the top, and I want to keep everything within the same report that I'm building. So you notice I chose the drop-down menu, and then I'm just going to add some records kind of at random just to kind of show you how to add information to a report. These are not necessarily relative to our particular search. So now that I've added those records, I'm going to click on the View Report button, and I can see I've added these additional records to the report at the bottom. But I also notice that perhaps the information is not in chronological order any longer. So I can choose to click on the file date that will put everything back in chronological order, and now I'm ready to download my documents. So along the left-hand side, again, you notice the asterisk there. If I click on the asterisk and then go down and say Get Selected Documents, that will go out to the image database and it will pull the documents back. So if I'm looking on the right-hand side, I can see all the different documents that I'm pulling up. I'm just going to click a couple of them at random here. And so I'm able to just view the document from here, read the document. And a lot of times people are working on dual screens. They'll be able to have the report on one screen and the document on the other. So you can also choose to open the report either as a PDF or a TIFF image. And so I've chosen to view these as a PDF. So I'm just reading the documents and then determining the information on it. I'm going to close that out, maybe go down, just read another document here. Again, simply just going through the records that I want to look at. You do have the capability as you're building a run sheet to actually edit the report on the fly. So you notice I've checked the boxes all on the left-hand side, and there's a button at the bottom that says Switch to Edit Mode. I'm going to click on that. And before I move to the right, I'm going to click on the asterisk again. And you see all the boxes that are opened up here? Essentially, I can move my mouse all the way to the right, and I'll see I have a comment field. So I can make whatever comment I wanted to make here. I could say 1/2 mineral reserved, or this perhaps is the vesting deed to the property, whatever it is I want to add to it. And then when I move back to the left, click again on the switch to edit mode, I can see where I've made certain comments within the report. So it's kind of like writing in the margins, if you will. But let's say, for instance, I've looked at these records here and I decided these really did not apply to me, but I want to prove to myself that I've looked at them. I'm choosing to checkbox the records on the left, and then where it says Move Selected To, Copy Selected To in the middle of the page, I'm going to move these into a new area, and I'm going to call that area the NA area, which stands for Not Applicable. So I'm going to say Move Selected To that area, and you notice I've moved it to this area that I'm calling NA. So there's some functionality built into this where you can move records around, you can copy records over, so you have a lot of flexibility with the report itself. So now I'm ready to save my report. So I have some options here. I can save as MS Word if I choose to do that. I can save as Excel, which typically our oil and gas landmen like to save it as Excel because they want to continue to edit the report. I can also choose to drop this into what we call a print mode, where I can copy and paste the information straight into an email or some report that I'm working on. But if I go down the bottom, there's also another way that I can share the report, and I can just drop an email in here, which I'm going to do. So I'm going to say, email this report to pcones@courthousedirect.com. So I've just sent this report that I'm building to myself in an email. And then if I want to go ahead and save it also to an Excel spreadsheet, then I just click on Excel, and then it'll open the report. And this is on the screen on the right here, and I'll just pull this over just to show you. And from here, I can choose to edit this report. And the nice thing about this is it carries the hyperlinks with it. So you notice all of these documents on the right-hand side are hyperlinks. So what you could do is you could actually have the email that you sent yourself with the hyperlinks to the documents and the report open here, and you could just go through and make your comments right here on the report. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this, and let's leave Reeves County for now, and let's go to another county. I'm going to go ahead and just close out of this report, and I'm going to go back to the advanced plant, and I want to go to another county. The nice thing about this hourly access is you get access to all of our counties. So I'm going to click on New Report, and I'm going to just jump to a new report. You notice there is an option button here that says, do you want to add or monitor your report? I'm going to go ahead and choose yes. And you'll see where I've done a couple of searches here in Reeves County, and I want to monitor this name Daniel George or George Daniel. I want to monitor this survey section that I'm working in. And if there's any new filings in that area between now and whatever date I've chosen to put in here, then I'll get an email saying that the search that you did before, you can monitor that. So I'm just going to go ahead and close out of the form. Again, click on New Report, and let's go to a different county. So let's go to Harris County. I want to just show you a typical residential type search that you might do in a county. In this case, I'm just going to put in Walnut as the job number, and this is let's say Lot 1, Block 1. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit the search button, and you do notice at the top it shows you the dates of the title plans itself and how current the data is. In this case, I'm looking for Walnut Place, Lot 1, Block 1. So I'm just going to put in Walnut P, and then Lot 1, and then block number 1. You notice I didn't spell out the name Place, and it's wise to not put in more information than you really need. So I'm just going to search Walnut Place, and this is going to look for anything that has Walnut P in it. That's a survey name that has a lot number 1 and a block number 1. You can see it's going to display 14 results here, and so we'll let those 14 results come down. A typical residential search that we would be doing, again, we would be putting in the subdivision, the lot and block number, and then we would look at the name of what we think to be the owner, and then run the title against that name and combine all that information into one report. So it's because I ran Lot 1, Block 1, you can see it's taken a little bit longer because the data set is going to be a larger data set because I ran a more common lot and block number. So if I look at this, I can see all the activity against this Walnut Place, Lot 1, Block 1. I want to add all of this information into the run sheet that I'm building. I see there's a name, an Anil Menon, that appears to be the owner of the property. So I'm just going to just click on that name again, as I did before, and I want to run title against that name. This brings up everything with that name. Before I add this to the report, I'm going to choose the drop down, make sure I'm keeping it all in the same report, and then just add all the Walnut Place information in here. I don't need the Houston Heights. It doesn't pertain to me on this search, and I want to view the report. I've done that, but I have some information that perhaps is not in chronological order, so I want to get in the habit of clicking the file date. That will keep everything back in chronological order. I want to pull my documents. Again, on the left-hand side, you notice that I've done the checkbox, and I want to go ahead and get the selected documents, and it downloads all the documents on the right-hand side. From here, I can read my documents, make whatever comments I want to make, and then from there I can continue to run my title. Now, you'll notice that the clock is ticking down at the top, and not to worry, the fact that you've done this search does not mean you're going to lose any searches that you're doing. You will lose the ability to search further. You would need to sign up for additional time, but you will not lose your report. So we'll show you that here in just a second. And another way that you're able to search is by this general search, which again is a very powerful search, in that I can put in, if I'm looking for a 2.3 acre tract, 3.1 acre tract in Harris County, I can just put in 2.31, and you're going to notice very quickly it's going to come up with these 737 results. Again, the clock is ticking down, and it should ask me if I want to purchase another hour. In this case, I'm going to say that I want to go ahead and purchase another hour, so I'm going to go ahead and choose to do that. If I click on Do Not Purchase, then what you would see is another icon at the top, and it says View the Report. So the report that I'm working on, if I've already pulled it down and pulled my documents, again, I will not lose that information. It will remain there. In this case, I want to go ahead and purchase another hour. Again, it'll send me an invoice, a receipt rather, saying this is what you bought, and I'm ready to do some more searching. So you notice that I did that search and put it in Harris County and just put in 2.31, and you see how quickly it came back showing these 737 results. Well, what I'm looking for, if I click on the general search again and then put in a plus sign, what I'm looking for is the properties that are out of the house survey, in Harris County. So I'm just going to put in a plus sign, no space, house, and then do the search again. And you'll notice it narrows that down to those particular records that are matching between the name house and 2.31. Again, the power of this is the ability to find that needle in a haystack. So if you know a little bit of information in this huge database, which in Harris County is over 70 million records, to be able to get to that information very quickly is just a powerful tool. Well, let's go to another county just to kind of show you how you might search a different county. Again, I'm going to choose to leave this report. In this case, I may want to go ahead and monitor my searches that I did here. I'm going to monitor the Walnut Place and that Mill Menon name, and I'm just going to add 30 days. If there's something filed more recently, I'll just get a notice about that. And now I'm ready to go ahead and click View the New Report again. In this case, we're going to go ahead and choose Dallas County. Again, my clock started back over again. You would see 60 minutes instead of the 15 minutes again, because this is a development site, but I'm going to search Dallas County. Again, in this case, we're going to just search it for, and I'm just going to say test 300 just for grins here, and then just say submit. So now I'm going into Dallas County. There's 3 counties where you would enter the volume and page of the plat and then pull back the results that way. And so Dallas County, Denton County, Collin County is where you would do that. In this case, I'm searching Dallas County 84126, and the page number of the plat is 1947. And then I want to put in my lot number and block number. My lot is lot number 7. My block number is block number 11. So it's, again, going through the database, finding 57 records here for that lot and block. And you can see that these are all the records that it's finding for that lot and block, which is this Spinnaker Cove. I could choose to add all of this to my run sheet, which I'll go ahead and do. And then if I go down at the bottom, I can see, well, where is my latest deed on the property? You know, it appears to be to this Jacob Walker person. So I'm going to just, click on the name, take out the middle initials. You want to make sure you throw as wide a net as you can. Search Jacob Walker, 38 results here for Jacob Walker. And then I want to, before I go down and add anything to the report, again, I'd want to choose that drop down and then go down and just find the things that are out of this Spinnaker Cove subdivision. So I'm just going to add this to the report. And I'm also looking for, in this case, I see an abstract of judgment. I want to go ahead and pick that up. And just anything that I think I need to add to this report. Here's a couple more Spinnaker Coves. You may look at that and say, well, I think you've already added that to the report. It does not repeat the information, so you're safe. Now I want to view the report. So I've got the report in front of me. I want to make sure everything's in chronological order, so I'm clicking on the file date. If I go down the bottom, I can say, okay, these are the documents that I want to pull, so I'm just going to pull a few documents. I'm not going to pull them all, and just add a few documents to my report. And then I'm going to say get selected document. It goes out to the image database. Again, if I go back down at the bottom, you'll see where it's pulling up those documents. In this case, we have servers that are located both in Texas and California. So in this case, it may be a situation where that this is coming from California, so it might take just a few more seconds to download. So I'm going to just kind of look at my email, and I'm just going to show you what the order form looks like. So this is where I've placed the order for the title plan access. And we don't have this feature in here yet, but we're going to allow you to put in your project number whenever you order the title work. And you can see your access date and the end date. So this is where you can prove to your customer that you did in fact sign into a title plan and signed out of the title plan, which gave you 1 hour of access within the plan. So really, to summarize, what I would say is that you're able to use that legal description search overlay that with the name search, build the run sheet, save the documents as you want to save them into your run sheet. Again, I mentioned before that I had emailed a report to myself, and this is the report. And you can notice where along the right-hand side, you can see all the hyperlinks to the documents. So any of these documents that I want to read, I just simply click on them, and then I'm able to open those documents up. So you're carrying the hyperlinks from the report that you're building over to the run sheets that you're saving, which is essentially the final report. And then if I wanted to use the older historical records, assuming that I'm signed up for the historical records, then I can choose to just click on the historical document button, and you'll notice the clock is running here in the historical area. So if I wanted to look at let's say I'm working in Grimes County, and I wanted to pull up a deed in the county, I could choose to jump over here and kind of jump back and forth. And if I look at the clock between the two, you'll notice that the historical records and the other record are, the clock is simultaneous. So, and this is a countdown. So that's really all I want to show you here. I appreciate you looking at this, and I would encourage you, if you have any questions or would like another demonstration, then reach out to us. Our contact information for our customer service area is information@courthousedirect.com, or you can dial 713-683-4000 to reach our switchboard and ask for the customer service. Or always feel free to reach out to me. My name is Paul Cones, and my direct line is 713-683-4012. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to providing this hourly access to title plants, or if you choose, a monthly access to our title plants so that you can be more productive and provide a better product for your customer. Thank you very much.